Okay, so just had a tutorial request by Gapleboy444 asking how about setting the quality level, like having default be high or medium. Been searching all day and can't find an answer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do that right now and show you. So I'm gonna create a new project. I'm gonna call this just call it video quality. I'll just call it tutorial project. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that my quality preset I think it should be scalable quality. And then I'm going to create a project. And then wait for it to load. Once it loads, we'll be back. Okay, so project is now open. It's a brand project. There's absolutely nothing in here at all. So what I'm going to do is, can we set the graphics quality real quick to just set it to auto? Fair enough. So we'll just go. We'll go to Epic. I'll start medium because my PC's medium, but um, shouldn't be that hard to do. I think the best way to do it is by using a game instance. We need to go to blueprint class game instance. If you already got one, just keep it. But if you haven't, just create one. So geo, I'm just call this geo and call settings for game instance, and then make sure you go to edit, project settings, all settings, and then search up game instance, and make sure you set your game instance class to that game instance you just made. And if we go inside of this game instance settings, should be able to do a custom event, set graphics quality. And then what I'm gonna do is then get game user settings. Get the game user settings. And then I think it would be set, and here you go, you got set shading quality, set shadow quality, set texture quality, set view distance quality, set reflection. You've got all your qualities here. So anti-aliasing quality, foliage quality, global illumination quality, overall scalability level. So it's basically trained as all scalability settings. So all of these. So if you don't want them to do separately, so if you don't want to separately change each one, you want all be overall, just do set overall. If not, you do all of them, but I will show you both. So first I'll show you the overall one. So if you just set it, and you can see you have a value. So zero equals low, 0 is low, 1's medium, 2 high, 3's epic, 4's cinematic. That's how you do it, based on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we then connect, say, this to this, and then input pin, and this will be graphics value. Just name as graphics value. We'll do this as set goes quality overall. So we'll just swap them out. So you get overall. You get overall graphics quality. Like that. And what we're gonna do is I should be able to turn on my FPS. So show FPS. Just so we've got the show FPS enabled. And just for the sake of it, let's just go to Epic. Because I think if we press play, and there's nothing in here. So actually it should change based off the FPS. So what we're going to quickly do is create a character. No movement, just a basic character. So just call it camera. Then create a game mode for this real quick, just so we can actually use this. So game mode base, call it GM. Let me just attach this game mode. And then in the game mode, let me just set its default. So let's open it up and set its default pawn class to camera. And then I go to my camera character. All I'm going to do is add a camera on components. Just add a camera. That's all I'm going to do. Just do that. Just add a camera. And now what we're going to do is go to event graph. And let's say when we press W, we'll say W, keyword event W, we want to go ahead and call that game instance. So that custom events. We go to game instance. We're going to cast to gr underscore settings, like that. And here I'm going to set graphics quality overall. Its graphics value which was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 was highest. So what we're going to do is just say set it to, let's say set to 2. No, let's set to 1. And let's just do a print string just so we know it's working. Set graphics and I believe the FPS should change based on what we set the overall graphics quality to. It should change. So you did want to know actually as well, how do you set this by default? So if you just do event begin play, it's event construct, event init. There we go. Just call this. If you just call the custom event that you use, the first set, and then just set it to what value you want. I'm set to 4, which is the highest value. Just default it to 4. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. Right, let's make this bigger. And press play. And by default, this should be set to 4. If I press W, graphics changes. Don't really know if you can see the difference. I don't know. I need to try to come up with a way to see the difference. I don't think that even is a way to see it. Can you see here? Like if I go to if I go to cinematic, you can see how it changes. It's basically what you're going to be doing. So actually what we're going to do actually is simulate it as a standalone game. But before we do that, we're going to create a widget. Just call this FPS. And just so we can create a custom FPS counter. Just so I can show you what we're working with. Just so I can show you what we're working with, I'm going to do this. And then quickly do something inside of this. Drag the cameras panel. And drag in some text. Just clamp this to the top right and just make this bigger. Say like 80. 80 and put it right there. And then go ahead and I already care about naming it, but you probably should name these, but I'm not going to. And then on event tick. On event tick, just go ahead and set it. Set text. Set text to delta time. Like that. Just leave it at that. Fractional digits, just remove that. Now, if we press play, if I do this and press play, you will see that it does absolutely nothing. That is crazy. It does nothing. Let's just go ahead and refresh this mode, just in case this was a me issue. There we go. See, that's basically like 20 FPS. Let's just do also I want to clamp it. I need to remember the actual thing for it. We'll leave it for now, but you should see it change. So if we go ahead and do the standalone game, just save the level. Doesn't really need to be named. This is just so you can see. Go ahead and save this. Run this as a standalone game. We should hopefully see a difference. Because it should, when it runs, it should be set to the highest quality. Off game loading, it'll set everything to highest quality. As you can see, this right here is the highest quality. And it's getting about 20 odd FPS. If I press W, it says graphics changed. It doesn't seem to have changed. Is this something that I don't really understand? Why is it working, honestly? Oh, right. Something I might have forgot. This may be an issue. Is apply settings. Apply game user settings. Make sure you call apply game user settings. That I completely forgot. Now if I run this again, it should work. Because I'm applying the game user settings after setting them. Now if I press W, as you can see, the graphics has changed. You can see there the graphics got worse. The FPS counter is completely wrong, so we don't have to worry about that. But as you can see, the graphics quality actually got significantly worse. I'm gonna show that again. This FPS counter is literally physically like most of the thing. I might quickly cut till the fixing point and quickly have a working FPS count. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna quickly cut to a working FPS counter. Okay, so we have a working FPS counter now. So let's go ahead and do standalone game. Hopefully it doesn't screw over and change my screen size again like I did last time for God knows what reason. As you can see, this, I believe, is somewhat high graphics. If I press W, graphics set, it doesn't seem to change. I think it's not set right. What we're gonna do is remove this and set it myself. Get game user settings, get server settings. Set set it to 4. And then we want to apply these settings. Apply let's do apply non-resolution settings. Because these aren't resolution settings, they're graphic settings, so let's do the same here. Apply non-resolution settings. And then by default, set it to the highest. And just so you know, is we're gonna again get it, but then also get overall scalability level and print string it, so you can see what it default does. Print string. You can then see its default scalability. And let's go ahead and open it and see this. And by default, it should tell you what it is. There you go, it says 4, which is the highest graphics quality. It doesn't seem to look like it, but it says it. And then if you just press W, it does set the graphics quality. You might see a visual difference, but for me, I do not see it. I don't know why I don't see a visual. I don't know why I don't see it. I don't see the actual graphics difference changing. I don't know if there's a reason for that, but I don't see them. What we're gonna do is just really quickly just reset my settings. I wonder if this is the reason why. Is have the ability to reset them. If I just call it and just call reset to current settings. And let me just quickly do that. Let's quickly reset them. Hopefully this makes a difference. It didn't seem to reset them, or did it? I don't know. Let me quickly figure this out and I'll be back. Okay, so I've come up with a system. Let me show you this. The last thing I found out is once you set it once, it'll be fine. So this will only work once, setting the overall scalability settings. On default, that'll only work once. Unless every time you boot the game up, if you want it to refresh every single time, then you do that. But for a fresh boot, this will work. So this will works once when first ever loading a game. That only works once. So now, when you set your overall graphics settings, this one here, whenever you want to change your graphic settings, there's something you have to do, is you have to reset your settings and then change them. So you do. You can shorten this delay however you want, but you should get your game users. Talk to a customer then. Get game user settings. Reset current settings. Apply your non-resolution settings. Do a delay. You can probably shorten that to probably like 0.3, and then reset your graphics quality overall. if that's how you do it, or how you do graphics quality do that. And then, so this is basically resets to default. Can be coded to work differently. It's super easy to change. You just do this, but then whatever happens after this will just be, do you want it to reset to default, or do you want it to I mean, you always want to reset back to default. But then if you don't want to reapply it, then have to, but just let's take this tutorial on reapplying it. And this, of course, as you know, sets overall graphics. I can show you this now. That works. Let's go ahead and press play. Now we know this works, I can show you. My FPS count is no longer on because I turned that off. But it still works. Once it opens, as you can see, this is the highest quality. But the moment I press W, it changes to super low quality. Then if I press D, this is my reset, it resets back to high. And then I press W again, and it resets back to low. And you can change that. You can change the setting it goes to just by changing the input value. So say you want your default, so when you reset, say you want your default on reset to be, let's say, on default you want it to be high. So let's go to 2. But then you want to switch to Epic. You just change the number like that. You just change the numbers. This you can hook up to UI. If you just do a settings menu on how you do UI, and the way they do it, the way they call it, you just call these instead. Then it'll work every time. I can do another tutorial if you wanted to. Just leave it in the comments where I can do a tutorial where you do it with UI. If that's something everyone's interested in, I can show you this now. So now by default, it'll be wherever I left it off. By default, it's where I left it off. So if I press D, if I reset it, now reset to this graphics quality, which is like mid quality. And if I then reset the quality, you can see it now looks that little bit better. So that is how you set your graphics quality based on settings. This is just your overall settings. So let me just really quickly show you the ones you do have. So set, this is just basically what it does. If you want to be able to do it differently, it's basically the exact same. You just do a custom event for a bunch of them, and then you just set the numbers based on the input value. If you want things to be differently, that's what's not. But if you don't want that, you don't want to do that. You just want to change it all at once. Just set your overall scalability level, and that will work. So I hope that helps. If any other tutorials you want, leave it in the comments. And thank you to Scalpelboy444 for that tutorial recommendation.